Hello, this is my texture pack getting made. It's a simply one. It's called Funky Simplistic. It's like a simple texture pack, but not just really simple. It's got a bit of a difference to it. It's a 32 by 32. So here we go. I'm just going through all the settings, making it all right, and then I start off adding the right green. And then I have to outline it all, and I added this shady bit with the line that works to make it look sort of a weird, not a perfect square, which I like the idea of. And I added that, which was sort of for shading, and I thought that worked. I did the same with the stone. I did it wrong the first time with the shading because it was just huge compared to the other one. It didn't look right, so I did it from a different angle and looked and sorted it all out so it was about the same size, and it worked out fine. Now the colours I already had for this one, if you look on the swatches, they're already there, so this one was done really quickly, like really simple. And then this one, I thought I'd take it from the top of it, but I actually took it from the bottom of the grass block and just flipped it round, and then added the shading to it, just like that, nice and simple, not too big. And then the dirt I had to draw completely because it wasn't right. There wasn't anything big enough without the shading being in it, and it would have just annoyed me. So I just did it completely from scratch, and it worked fine. So this is the wooden planks. I took the brick bit there. I tried doing it quick, but it didn't work. So I just quickly highlighted it all and put it as a dark brown. And then I took one brick or planky bit and coloured that in. And then added it. I didn't add the middle shading mix. It wasn't big enough and it wouldn't have looked right. And then I just simply pasted it all in every single slot. And it should work fine. So I go on to a different one to test it out, put them all next to each other, and it worked. Right, so the idea I had for a slab, I wanted it dark on the top and then light on the bottom. And then obviously the top of the slab had to be sort of shaded between, because it wouldn't look right if it was like either one or the other, so it had to be a shade in between. So this is how all this turned out, and it usually looks alright actually when it's done. But yeah, we're not going to really find out until we go on the actual game and have a look at this, which we will be doing at the end of this video, like for the first layer. So this is the whole first layer, and this is what I'm going to do. And then this, I did the similar thing as the wooden plank, just did one brick and then pasted it all over. I did make a mistake at the top. If you look at it really quickly there, it's one thinner, and I had to quickly sort that out. But yeah, it got there in the end, and then testing this brick out, and done. Oh, I added a tick. I forgot about that. I completely forgot I added the tick. And if you look here, I actually do the lines too thin, but I don't realise until later. And I do go and change that right there. Look, I'm changing it, highlighting. There we go. And then pasted it at the top and flipped it to save some time. And that worked out fine. That worked out brilliantly, and I had to put a layer with the white bit in the middle. I had to put that a layer above this one, so when I was shading, it wasn't going to just shade straight through that. And then obviously I had the shading, and I added some text here, and the text was horrible and blurry there, so I just used the aerial and went over it to make it look neater and neatened it up, make it in the middle. Now this I didn't want to add shading to it because there was too little blocks for the shading, so I just left it as simple like that, nice and simple, nice and easy, and pasted it over for the other one. So there are nice and simple. Now the web, I had 2 attempts. This one was a failed attempt. It just didn't look right. It looked more like a flag for a country or something at the end, and I tried in the middle line. It just completely didn't work. It looks fine there, then it all blurs, and I'm filling it in. It's just like, no, this isn't going to work. So I delete it all. I add the background colour, by the way, so it's easy to see where I'm drawing, basically. So instead of the starting off with the diagonal, I start off with a straight line cross. I add a circle. It's not a neat circle. It's not supposed to be neat, perfect circle. It's supposed to be supposed to be simple. And then I simply pasted it and twisted it around and sorted it all out. Added a few lines at the end. And then I had to highlight it all to copy it and paste it over, because stupidly I didn't do 2 layers, which I regret massively, because this took some time. This is all fastly sped up, and it still took some time. See there, if I was to do it there, you can't see it. Look, it's exactly the same grey as the squares. But yeah, anyways, the flower. I don't know what I'm going to do for the flower, but I actually did it in the first try, which is pretty good. added some shading on the red, and then added the darker bit on the green. And there we go. I mean, the flower at the top is pretty small, but I didn't mind it. I think it looked fine. And I'm like, no, I'm going to make this one small. I'm going to make this one a bit bigger. So there we go. That's the slightly bigger yellow flower. It looked more like a sunflower, which I liked the idea of. And then the final bit of this this episode was the tree sapling. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh god, this doesn't look right. But then when I filled it all in, it looked fine in the end. So yeah, there we go. Here it is. This is the first layer complete. All done nicely, all done simply. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to test it out now on Minecraft.